let me start with something honest. If you live in a condo or condo townhouse and you've been looking to move up into that Toronto house, there seems to be a problem. And the problem isn't the market, it's actually your habits. Today, I'm going to cover the 5 habits that quietly punish buyers, but I'm also going to show you the flip, how to fix these issues. So let's get into this. So who is this video for? This video for people that have been in their condo or condo townhouse for a few years, ran out of space, been yearning to move up into that home for the extra guest room, the family room you always wanted, to get rid of all those toys that are sitting in your living room right now. You're probably living in a condo or condo townhouse downtown, Liberty Village, in the Distillery, the Junction Triangle in Leslieville, and you've been watching the market to see if it's the right time to move up. And here's the thing, you're not a first-time home buyer anymore, but you might be a first-time seller. You built some equity, or maybe you haven't because you maybe purchased your home 2 years ago. And here's the thing, moving from a condo or condo townhouse to a house is a completely different process. So let's talk about what's happening in Toronto as of November 2025. We have a lot more listings than we had a few years ago. Amount of transactions that are sales that are happening right now are down. Prices are down as well. We have a lot more listings sitting on the market. Days on market have increased from previous years and previous months. But the good news is interest rates are finally stabilizing, and same with mortgage rates. And for prepared buyers, this is the first opportunity you had in years to do a move up. But for the unprepared buyers, they're getting punished in today's market with their habits. Here's my core belief, and it's simple. The market don't punish buyers. Their habits do. So let's cover the 5 habits that are preventing a lot of buyers from doing the move up right now. Mistake number 1, they're fantasy browsing. Without a plan, midnight, you can't go to bed. You're scrolling on realtor.ca or House Sigma. You're looking at pretty pictures. You're dreaming that house in Hyde Park with the 4 bedrooms is yours, that you can picture yourself having coffees on the porch. And you keep on saving new more listings to share with your partner. But you know what? Nothing happens. It's a fantasy. You're not doing anything other than doom scrolling. And the thing is, you haven't built a plan yet. You don't know what you can afford. You don't even know how much your home is worth, the condo or condo townhouse that you have right now. So that means you don't know your true affordability. You don't have an exit strategy for your current place. And here's the one that gets everyone the most. You don't know what you should buy or sell first. And this is what happens. You fall in love with homes that don't fit your affordability. So they become a dream that will never happen. Or you're looking at the reality and you're not even sure. You're thinking that what your affordability is much lower than what it is because you haven't ran the numbers properly. It's okay to browse, but if you want to move, you have to have a plan. You run the plan with real scenario. So you have to model your condo sale. That's one. Model what it takes to do bridge financing is, say, if you have to close first on your new home and your condo closes later, you have to figure that out. And then model your lifestyle costs. These are all the other things that are going to come with the house. Like utilities are going to go up. Your insurance is going to go up. And then we have clarity on all those things, start serious browsing. And now fantasy becomes strategy. Mistake number 2, most buyers fall for this. They look at Instagram-friendly neighborhoods. Talk about Hyde Park, the Junction, Leslieville, the beach. They're great, but all those neighborhoods come with a premium. And I call it the whatever name of the neighborhood tax. I call it the Roncy tax or the Hyde Park tax. Because moving on those neighborhoods, everyone knows about those neighborhoods. But here's the thing. There's a lot of secondary neighborhoods are up and coming that you might not even know exist yet. A few of them that are not really up and coming anymore, which were the Junction Triangle was one of them. Some parts of Danforth was as well. These are areas that buyers didn't want to buy initially until they got priced out of the primary neighborhoods. There's nothing wrong with the secondary neighborhoods. I live in one right now, and I've always lived in one. A few to come to mind is Oakwood Village, Corsa Italia on the west side. These are 2 areas that are adjacent to very expensive neighborhoods. What usually happens is you can't afford Forest Hill, Cedarville, Humewood. You check the next neighborhood over. And on the east side, you got Upper Beach, or even Woodbine Corridor, East York. You go further north from that Danforth. Obviously, you're not as close to transit like subways, but being closer to subways comes with a premium. Neighborhoods, as I just mentioned, a lot more families are moving into them. And this is what happens with up and coming neighborhoods. Get in now when they're affordable. And in a few years, 5 to 10 years, these neighborhoods are not going to be cheap anymore. So these neighborhoods bring value, more space, and you may have to spend at the top of your budget either. And think of this, in popular neighborhoods, your budget usually buys the bottom of the ladder. That means you get the cheapest house on the street. In these up and coming areas, you buy much higher in the ladder in these neighborhoods. You might not buy at the top, but you're probably not buying at the bottom. So here's a fix. Here's how you deal with this. Create 2 lists. The primary neighborhoods, put it in Hyde Park, the Junction, Bronzeville. But also put in these secondary neighborhoods. Check them out. Have brunch in those areas. Grab a coffee, walk around, check out the parks, see what the neighborhoods look like. Look at people's lawns. Look at the schools. This will give you a good feel of these neighborhoods that you didn't even know exist. And you might find out that some of these neighborhoods fit you better than those other neighborhoods that were on your primary list. Mistake number 3, especially for move-up buyers, mistiming the buy and sell. And this is the thing that keeps a lot of these buyers up at night and maybe keeping them from even doing the move. You buy first. You found the house that you always wanted, but now you have a condo to sell. There's 7 months of inventory. On average, it takes about 30 to 45 days to sell, if you're priced correctly, that is. And what if you don't sell? Then you're in trouble. You can't carry both mortgages. Even if you can carry both mortgages, do you want to? Your cash flow is going to be 0 after paying everything. You might even go in the negatives. For the other scenario, you sell first, but then you can't find anything to buy after. Now you're scrambling. Do you go into a rental? Do you do an Airbnb? And if you have a kid and a pet, that adds a lot of complexity to your whole scenario. And in Toronto, the condo and the house market don't always go in the same direction. And we know that already, just from the headlines you're probably seeing right now. That is a total buyer's market for condos. Houses, it depends on where you are and your price point. Some price points are quite busy right now. If you're buying a semi-detached home under 1.5 mil, those are quite busy. Above that, it starts to slow down as you tread towards 2 million and above. And the days of market are quite different between the houses and condos as well. So here's the fix. You don't buy or sell first depending on a YouTube video. That doesn't work because every scenario is different. I would base it on a few things. Liquidity, like how much cash and equity you have. 2, your family needs, like what is trumping the other. The other thing is risk tolerance. Can you sleep at night if you buy first? Do you have the patience to wait out how long it takes to sell? The other thing is your financial readiness. Like how much of a plan B and C do you have as well? So those, you have to take all those things into consideration before doing one or the other. I usually map out 3 cases for my clients. Best case, base case, and stress case. And then when you actually put all these 3 on paper, it comes clear because you can see what makes sense. But until you start planning, you just don't know. There's mistake number 4, underestimating the amount of costs to move into a home. Most families, when they're doing the calculations, they only focus on the mortgage and just maybe some moving costs. But moving from a condo to a house, there's a bunch of extra expenses that didn't exist in your life before that. So in Toronto, there's a double land transfer tax. Fun, I know. There's also closing costs with lawyers, other disbursements, all those other things that involved with that. There's also immediate rentals. You might have bought a place that needed that kitchen to be updated or the flooring to be done. And then there's maintenance with the house. We're talking about maintaining the roof, the grounds. Now you're responsible for all those other things that you weren't responsible for in a condo. Utility cost is going to be higher because your house is most likely bigger than your townhouse or a condo. And your property tax is going to be higher because your purchase price is going to be much higher than your condo. I've seen families move into a beautiful Hyde Park home, 4-bedroom, 4-washroom, and the ongoing cost is what crushes them. They're not able to do the fun things anymore in life, like go on trips, eat out, have other recreational activities that they could afford before. So meanwhile, in these secondary neighborhoods, the purchase prices are lower, and all the things around it is a little bit lower as well, though, because paying for something, even a coffee in Hyde Park, costs way more than Oakwood Village. Rent's lower for the commercial spaces. Remember that. So living in these secondary neighborhoods is a lot more cheaper as well because of the cost of all the commercial stuff, like the restaurants and all the eateries and cafes. So here's the fix. The question is not, can we afford the house? It's because it's more of, can we afford the house and the life that we want? And here's mistake number 5. People that are trying to time the market. Here's what a lot of people do. They're like, I don't need to move right now. I'm going to wait until the bottom of the market to move up. Or the other thing as well, there's the FOMO where they're like, oh, we have to buy right now before prices increase. So both of these strategies, they're emotional reactions, and neither of them is a strategy. And here's the thing. In Toronto, if you've been waiting for that market to hit bottom, most likely you're going to miss it because data is usually 30 days behind and trends are even way before that. And if you panic and buy quickly, then sometimes you end up overpaying because of fear. So here's the fix. Forget timing the market. It's not a strategy. Time your life, time your cash flow, time the needs of your family. So if the house is a 5, 10 plus year plan, all these little market adjustments to get amortized for the length of you owning your house. And most likely, if you're moving from a condo or a condo townhouse to a house, you're going to be in that house for 10 plus years. Maybe it's your forever house. So let's recap the 5 habits that punish buyers. Number 1, fantasy browsing. Number 2, looking for Instagram neighborhoods, the FOMO. Number 3, bad timing. Number 4, ignoring the true costs. And number 5, trying to time the market. Here's the thing. The market is not trying to get you. It's not. It's not emotional. It doesn't care. But the market doesn't punish buyers. They don't. It's the buyer's habits that punish themselves from this market. With the right habits, you could turn this market into an opportunity. Guarantee you that. So if you're looking to move in the next 6 to 12 months, let's start planning now. Start using these tips that I shared with you. Because if you have these bad habits, 1 year turns to 2 years, 2 years turns to 3 years, then all of a sudden you're in your condo townhouse or condo, 2-bedroom, you got 2 kids, they're stuck in a bunk bed, and you feel like you can't do anything anymore. You're completely out of space. Home is not a sanctuary. And then you're like, whoa, it's year 5. It happens that quickly. So change your habits now. If you like this video, please like it. And subscribe for more future videos that help families move up smart in this market. I'm Kevin Yu. Thank you for watching.